How do you view that, Billy?
Frantic game of football. Could have went either way. From our point of view, obviously, we had good chances, like the home side had some good chances. It could have, as I said, it could have went either way, but I think in the end, a point's a point away from home.
What about Jamie Patterson's goal? He's done really well in the last 2 games for you, hasn't he?
Great play with Coxey. Coxey's come on and made a difference to his second half. Excellent play from Simon Cox. Great goal from Patterson. And as I said, the only thing I'm a little bit disappointed in is the fact that I thought when we lost Jack Hobbs with a hamstring, I thought it probably dismantled us a little bit. And then, of course, I was hoping not to put Danny Collins on because he's not played for, 10, 11 weeks, hasn't played 1 game, 1 minute of football. I was hoping to play him in a friendly game on Monday. And then we have to throw Danny Collins on. But up until then, we handled their set pieces brilliantly, I thought. And then, of course, to lose that goal from a set play was very disappointing.
What's the situation with Jack Hobbs? Because I believe Hull have said in their post-match press conference today, Steve Bruce, in fact, has said that he could be recalled on Monday because Reading have had a bid offered for him.
News travels quick. What I will tell you, Paul, is this. I know the conversation with Jack Hobbs, the agents, Hull City and Nottingham Forest in the summer team. I know what the conversations were. Now that I know those conversations, I can tell you clearly it is now down to the 2 clubs to sort out what they need to sort out.
Is there an element of the goalposts being moved, Billy?
I know what the conversations were in the summer. It's now up to the 2 clubs to sort out what they need to sort out.
What 2 clubs? You mean Forest and Hull, not Reading?
Forest and Hull, not Reading, not Wigan, not Birmingham, not Charlton or anybody else is involved in this transfer deal.
Are you confident of getting him? I suppose the fact that he wants to come here is a key thing, isn't it?
As I said to you last week, Paul, the player doesn't want to leave. He is very happy at the club. He wants to stay at the club, and he's very clear in his mind what his position is. It's now down to the 2 clubs, pure and simple. I know what those conversations were in the summer with the agents, with the clubs, with the player. We all know what the conversations were. Now it's up to the 2 clubs to try and sort things out.
Does his injury complicate things in any way, or is that not a factor?
He's picked up a hamstring injury. As I said, it was a big loss to us, there's no doubt, because if you look at the game, as I said before, the chairman and myself's plan at the start of this season was quite clear. Stay in the mix till January, and then we need to bring in a clinical finisher, bring in some firepower. I'm sure you would agree. Defensively we're excellent, but middle of the park we can move that ball around. The one thing we're lacking at the moment is a little bit help up front with regards to that clinical finishing. And if we get that, there's no doubt we'll win more games than we draw or lose because our play has been very good.
Are you close to any deals in particular, Billy?
Paul, you and I have been through this many times in the past, and I'll say to you what I've said to you many times: a manager's role is quite simple. A manager identifies the players, and what he does is he passes that on to the owners of the club, and then it's up to them to make the moves on the players that they go out and get. What I've done clearly is I've passed my names on to the club. I think, as I said, the chairman and I both agreed at the start of the season that this was the plan: top 6, top 7, top 8 at this time of the year. And then what you do at this time of the year can certainly have a huge impact, as you know, by previous experience, can certainly have a huge impact running into the end of the season.
Billy, the reports earlier in the week linking you with the West Ham job. Have you had any contact with anyone from West Ham?
Listen, don't be disrespectful to the current manager that sits in place at West Ham United. I've got a job to do at this football club. The current manager is in place at West Ham United and he's got a very difficult job, and he will continue to do his job to the best of his ability like the rest of us. But the one thing we will not do is show any lack of respect to the manager that currently sits in that position. I've got my own situation to concern with here, which is to take this football club and keep moving this club forward. Apart from that, nothing else matters.
Do you view it as a compliment though, Billy, when you're kind of linked with other jobs? Is it you know, a sign of you doing a good job here?
I've been linked with many jobs in the past, Paul, and many of those jobs that I've been linked with were complete lies. So if somebody takes a pencil and puts in the press that I am linked with a job, then quite simply, I've had to deal with it in the past time and time again. It's lies, it's mischief making, it's is what it is. And as a manager, I've got to accept that many times I've got to sit back, because of confidentiality and contracts and everything else, I've got to sit back and allow people to write things that are not true. And it's as simple as that. So it will always be the case with different managers, always. Okay?
Yeah,
Thank you.